Oh, you never played Kingdom Hearts, but do you know what the plot is at least? Because I can give you like a TLDR version of it, where I'm at this point. Let's see, is it here? I'm so fucking lost, man. Wait. Oh my gosh, okay, oh fuck. It's like, oh, you went to the desert. It's like, oh, that's cool. No, I'm supposed to go to the desert, and then we're supposed to rescue Aladdin. Sure, and okay, so pretty much like, you know, this dude on the left, the Sora, he was raised on an island, and let me just let's see, Kingdom Hearts. I'm just gonna Kingdom Hearts okay, so let's from the second game or the first game. Okay, so pretty much let me just yeah, so these dudes, they're on an island and stuff, and this chick's like from another place and stuff, and then they're just kind of like a vibing and shit, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna go, because they're on an island, so they get a boat and stuff, and then and then there's also the thing where like they both have a crush on her, because of course they do. Anyway, so they're like trying to do a boat so that they can like fucking go and try to find new places to go and shit. And then they go, and then this dude, you're playing with Sora, Riku, and Kairi, and then Sora goes to a cave, and then he's like fucking, oh shit, there's a door in here. There wasn't a door in here before. And then he looks back, and this tall Jawa ass motherfucker was like, yo, you're dumb as shit and stuff. And then Sora's like, oh, you're from another world. And then Deadass, he's like, you know nothing. You're so insignificant and shit. It's just like, dude. Anyway, and then after that he leaves. And then, so then they get the boat. I know, that's what happens. And then they get the boat ready, and it's like, okay, let's come back tomorrow. And then, they come back. Oh, no, wait. So the first day, they get some stuff for the boat, and then the next day, they get, like, food and stuff, and then, they're fucking, like, they're like, fucking, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking go on adventures and shit like that, and then, the fucking, oh yeah, I forgot. In the very beginning of the game, you're like in this very, very thing where it's just like there's darkness all around, and then there's like these pillar thingies, and then you gotta fight this big ass dude that's like fucking 50 feet tall and shit, and he looks like a giant fucking dark blue man without a heart. Like there's a big heart cut out and shit. Anyway, that's not important, because after that he's like, oh, he fucking had a weird dream and shit. And then anyway, so after they get the boat ready and shit, then that night it's like fucking, oh shit, there's a storm going. I gotta go save the boats. So Sora goes to save the boats, and then fucking all of this bullshit's going down and shit. And then he finds Riku, and Riku's like, Sora, we can leave. I'm not scared of the darkness and stuff. And then Sora's like, no, Riku. And then he goes to grab him, and then he gets the Keyblade. And then he's like, oh shit, I gotta find Kairi. So he goes and looks at her and shit, and she's in that cave with the door. And then he's like, "Oh, Kyrie," and she looks back and she's like, and then she's like, "Sora," and then a fucking like wind thing blows, and she like vanishes and shit, and then he's like, "Oh fuck, what do I do?" And then he goes, oh, no. When that one thing blows, it blows him out of the cave. And then he wakes up and he's like, oh shit, oh, but the island's fucking gone and shit. And then, like, fucking, he has to fight that big, scary, like, shadow dude, like, and except this time he's real and stuff. And then fucking after he defeats the shadow dude, he gets like sucked up into like some kind of a black hole thing, and then he wakes up and then he's in Traverse Town, which is where he was earlier before he came to Agrabah. And then he's like, oh shit, I gotta find my friends. So, oh yeah, and then also it cuts back to Donald and Goofy. They're in like a castle, Mickey is the king and stuff, and he's like, oh shit, and pretty much Mickey leaves a note and shit, where he's like, yo, shit's going down, I gotta go do shit, and then they're like, oh fuck, we gotta find the king and shit, and then they're fucking, and then, Donald's like, he goes to Goofy and he's like, we can't tell anybody and stuff, and then he looks behind him and then Daisy and Minnie are right behind him and shit, so then they're like, they talk and shit, and then they're like, fucking, okay, we gotta go find King Mickey, you guys hold down the fort while we go, and stuff, and then, they go, and then Pluto comes with them for some reason, anyway, and then, so Sora's like walking around and shit, and then he finds fucking Leon from from fucking Final Fantasy, and then he fucking fights him and shit, and then he passes out. Regardless if you win or lose, he passes out anyway. And then he Oh yeah, and then he wakes up later, and they're just vibing and stuff, and then he tells him about the key and stuff, and he's like, yo, you're the one chosen to carry this key, and you have to do the things with the worlds where they have the locks, and you have to unlock them and shit, or you have to lock the worlds up so that, anyway. And then Sora runs into Donald and Goofy, and then they have to fight a dude. They have to fight a big boss dude, and then they're like, oh shit, and then no, the Donald and Goofy are like, oh fuck, it's the key and shit, and then Sora's like, this is my key, and then Goofy's like, no, Donald's like, I don't want him to come with me, he sucks. And then Goofy's like, we need him to find Mickey. And then Donald's like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then they're like, yeah, we're a team and shit. And the fucking Leon, and Yuffie too, from Final Fantasy is there too. She's great. Anyway, so they're pretty much like, you gotta go, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and you gotta go find the king and separate all the worlds, because they're connected now. So all of these fucking dark, heartless dudes, which is the darkness created out of people's hearts, they come and they fucking attack people and shit, and that's not poggers, it's like fucking, that's shit. So you gotta stop them and stuff, and then Sora's like, okay, I'll do it, let's fucking go. And then so the first world that we went to after that, it was Wonderland, like Alice in Wonderland, and then fucking like we start with Alice on trial and stuff, and she's gonna do like the whole, and then the Red Queen's like the whole off with her head bullshit, and then after that, she's like, oh, you're fucking on trial because you're trying stealing my heart and shit like that, and then Oh yeah, and then Donald's and Goofy and everyone, they can't say they're from another world because they'll be like meddling with like the world order and shit like that. So they're like, oh, we can't interfere. And then when the queen's like, the Red Queen's like, oh, you're trying to steal my heart and shit. And then they're like, oh fuck, we have to intervene because they're talking about the Heartless and stuff. So then they're like, yeah, fuck you, you can't you can't cut Alice's head off because she didn't do shit. And then she's like, oh, do you have any proof and shit? And then they're like, no. And then she's like, okay, go find proof, and then come back here, and then I'll think about it. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna fucking. I'm autistic. I remember shit like this. I'm fucking autistic. I remember shit like this. Anyway, so, and then after that, they go around the forest, like in Alice in Wonderland, the whole like forest and shit like that. Oh yeah, and then the fucking Cheshire Cat's in the forest too, and he was like, oh, look at me, I'm so loopy and stuff. And then they're like, oh, can we trust him? And then he's like, trust or not to trust, I trust you'll decide and shit like that. And it's fucking funny. Anyway, so they find all of the proofs that they need to be like, yo, it was the Heartless this whole time. They're trying to steal her. And then Red Queen's like, nah, bitch, you're talking back to me and shit. And then she sends her cards at them and stuff. And then, oh yeah, and Alice is locked in a cage. And when she sends her cards at them, then the cage, like, it gets a curtain put over him. And then Sora, like, destroys this little tower thing. I don't know what the significance of the tower is, but, like, when it gets destroyed... Oh, yeah, the tower is keeping the cage up for Alice. And then, they destroy the tower, and then the cage goes down, and then Alice was kidnapped and shit. Oh, hang on. Sorry, there's a little yappy dog and the dog freaked out. Anyway, so as I was saying, Alice was kidnapped, and then the Queen's like, oh shit, find her, and shit like that. Oh yeah, and before, I forgot to mention, after we left Traverse Town, which was that, like, kind of, like, vibey area with all the people there and shit, then it cut to, like, all of the Disney villains, like, around the place. They were talking about it, and they were like, oh shit, it's the Keyblade Masters, Maleficent, and Hades, and Jafar, and the Red Queen. Wait, no. No, the Red Queen wasn't there, she's just a dick. Anyway, so it was Hades, Jafar, Maleficent, Oogie Boogie, Ursula, Captain Hook. Yeah, that was all of them. And they were all, like, around the table, and there was a little hologram thing showing off Sora because he's a Keyblade Master. And then they were kind of, like, discussing, like, oh shit, this fucking dude is trying to kill our vibe. We're just trying to spread darkness and shit. And this dude's trying to kill our vibe. And Maleficent's kind of like the kingpin. She's the ringleader of all this stuff. And, so that's pretty much what they're doing. And then, okay, so, oh yeah, we're looking for Alice. And then, we end up fighting, like, this big, tall, like, candlestick-looking motherfucker. And and he's like red and black and stuff. Like it kind of looks like a bunch of like little cakes stacked on top of each other, and he has some candlesticks. And the candlestick dude. Anyway, that was the boss. And then the keyhole for Alice. This is actually really clever. The keyhole for Alice in Wonderland is that door. That door. That you know the door in Alice in Wonderland where he's just like and stuff like that, like the tired door dude and stuff. That's the keyhole and stuff. And then we sealed Alice in Wonderland's keyhole. No, we sealed the Wonderland keyhole, and then after that, we went to Monkey Town. It's Tarzan is, because they all have names. Tarzan's place is probably the worst name. It's called Deep Jungle. That's what it's called. It's stupid. Anyway, so when we get to Deep Jungle, oh yeah. So first of all, because you're doing the gummy ship thing and you fly to the planet, and then Sora and Donald are kind of like they don't like each other, and then they're kind of like they get to the Deep Jungle planet, and Sora's like, oh, maybe we can carry you there and stuff. Let's go. And then Goofy's like, oh, maybe the king's down there, and then Donald's like, no, fuck you. This place fucking sucks. I don't want to stop here. And then Sora's like, dude, bro, let's fucking go. And then Donald's like, no, bitch, no, fuck you. And then they end up crashing the ship. And then, so Sora gets separated from Donald and Goofy. And then, so Sora finds, Sora lands in the treehouse, from the beginning of Tarzan. And then, he fights the big cat from Tarzan, the jaguar. I forgot what his name was. But he fights the jaguar, and then he's like, oh shit, I won. And then the jaguar goes to attack him, and then Tarzan's like, no, fuck you, stay away from this bitch. And then Tarzan can't speak English because monkey, or he can't speak good English because monkey. So he's pretty much like, yeah, friends here and stuff. And then Sora's like, oh shit, that means we couldn't carry her here. Let's fucking go. And then yeah. Anyway, so and then they go back to the camp. And then Donald and Goofy are there, and Jane's there, and she's like, fucking, oh shit, you can speak English, so you're not like Tarzan and stuff. And then she's like, okay, well, we gotta show him how to fucking like vibe and shit, so give me these slides and stuff, and we'll get a little slideshow for him and stuff. And then they do that, and then they're like, okay, we're the friends. And then it fucking and then Clayton comes in, and he's like, yo, we're not here to study the gorillas, we're here to hunt them. And then Jane's like, yo, what the fuck? and then it's like, okay, let's go find monkeys. So they go to the monkeys, and then Clayton tries shooting one, and then everyone's like, yo, what the fuck? Dude, bro. And then he's like, no, you don't get it. I was just trying to, you don't understand. Fuck you. And then he goes, and then he fucking finds this big lizard thingy, this big lizard heartless thing, and he's like, oh yeah, look at, I got fucking shit. And then Sora and Donald and all those dudes, they go with Tarzan, and they gotta figure out where to go. And then Jane and then the fucking Rosie O'Donnell monkey get kidnapped and stuff. So Sora, Donald, and the Goofy and Tarzan, they gotta go rescue them and shit. And then they do that, and then it's like, oh, where's Clayton and shit? So they find him, and then and then like you gotta do another boss fight with Clayton and the fucking the fucking lizard man, big lizard, big chameleon. And then after we win, Clayton fucking gets ground pounded by the fucking lizard because the lizard dies, and then he fucking ground pounds Clayton, and Clayton fucking dies. And then after that, Sora gets yeeted up to the fucking somewhere else, and then they go and find this tree, and then that's where the heart of the world is in this tree, and then they lock the world up and stuff, and then they're like, oh fuck yeah, and then I got another nice keyblade, which is awesome. Anyway, and then after that, I went to, it's called Olympus Coliseum, where Hercules is, and it's pretty much just the Coliseum, that's all that world is. But, so then after that, so pretty much the Coliseum, is fucking Phil, which, you know, it's pretty much just like Danny DeVito. He sounds almost like Danny DeVito. Anyway, that's not important. So he's just like, yo, I'm doing something, can you push that fucking rock and stuff? And then Sarah's like, yo, you got it, my dude, it's too heavy. And then Phil's like, yo, too heavy, what the fuck? And he looks at you like, oh, you're not Hercules, you're fucking weak and shit. And then Sora's like, I want to join this tournament shit that you got going on. And Phil's like, nah, you're not a fucking hero, you can't do this shit. And then Donald's like, no, fuck you. We're fucking heroes and shit. And Sora's like, yeah, we defeated loads of bad guys and stuff. And then Phil's like, nah, you guys ain't shit. Fucking get out of here until you get the shit. And then Sora like leaves. He's like, oh man, and stuff. And then Hades is like, yo, I got you a ticket that says you're here. You can join this fucking this tournament. And then Sora's like, oh fuck yeah. So then he goes back to Phil and he's like, yo, my dude, look what I got for you here. And then Phil's like, yo, what the fuck, where'd you get that? Oh fuck, you have to. Okay, if you want to join the tournament, you gotta do these tests and stuff. And that's pretty much just breaking a bunch of girls. Anyway, he's like, okay, you gotta do the thing. And then they leave. And they come back. Oh wait, and then they leave. Because Phil's like, yo, wait, no. So they leave. Wait. Oh yeah. And then, they don't leave yet. But, after the test thing, Phil's like, yo, okay, let's fucking go. And then they do a couple of rounds in the Coliseum. And then you fight Cloud from Final Fantasy. And cause Hades is trying to get Cloud to kill Sora. And Cloud's like, yo, bro, this isn't in my contract. And then Hades is like, you know what, I wrote the contract, so like, you know what, just do it. And then Cloud's like, you know what, okay, fine. And then Cloud loses, and then fucking he's like, you know what, Hades, you fucking suck. And then he leaves, and then the fucking Cerberus comes, the big dog, the big three-headed dog comes, he's like, roar, and shit like that. And then fucking, Hercules, I think Hercules grabs him and is like, yo, let's suck it and go. And then he runs out of the room. No. Hercules is like, yo, I got this, get the fuck out of here. And then Sora's like, okay, and stuff. And then everyone's like, oh, let's go out of here. And then Phil's like, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do, man. And then Sora's like, yo, I'm gonna fucking wreck Cerberus. And then Phil's like, no, you can't. And then Sora's like, yeah, I can. So then he goes and fights Cerberus and shit. And then, then after that, and then Phil's like, oh, fuck, man, that was cool. Okay, fine. No. Phil's like, okay, he's like, okay, I guess you can join the tournament and stuff. Because, yeah. And then Sora's like, oh, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. And then Phil's like, we can't right now, because you just kicked Sugar's ass, and we gotta clean his ass. I'll see him. And then Sora's like, okay, I'll be back, my dudes, and stuff. And then he fucking leaves, and then Hercules, and then Phil's like, yo, I can't believe Sora did that shit. And Hercules is like, nah, fam, I fucking wore him down. Don't tell him though, okay? And then Phil's like, yo, you got it, my dude. Dog. Puppy. Okay, puppy. Lmao. Sorry, Puppy needed to get some stuff out of her system. Anyway. Oh. Donut. Okay. So, So after we leave the Coliseum, and then, oh yeah, at the end of the Tarzan world, they find a piece for the gummy ship, and they're like, oh, this looks weird, let's take it back. So, and then they go back, and then they go back to Leon on the steps, like, yo, what is this? And then Leon's like, oh, maybe Sid knows, like Sid from Final Fantasy. There's a lot of Final Fantasy characters. Maybe Sid knows. And they're like, okay, let's go find him. And then, oh yeah, and they find Sid. And then, he's like, yo, I know what that shit is. It's a fucking gummy for the gummy ships. And I know that shit. That shit's my fucking jam. I can do the gummy shit. I can do the fucking gummy ship shit. Just give me a minute. I got this book. Oh yeah, I forgot. So the first time we went to Traverse Town, we went into this one dark room and stuff. And there was like this, it was a little island and a little lake. And on top of that, it was a house. And then in the house, there's nothing. And then Merlin from fucking, the fucking Stone and the Sword was there. And he was like, yo, you guys came here super fast. And shit. And Sora's like, who are you? And then he's like, yo, I'm Merlin. I do a lot of time traveling and shit. I can help you. I can help. King Mickey wanted me to help you with magic and stuff. So if you want, I can train you with magic. Oh, and also the fairy godmother's here too. And I was like, oh fuck yeah. So anyway, so that was the first time they were in Traverse Town. The second time, Sid's like, yo, can you bring this book to Merlin and stuff? And there's also this rock. Wait, no. Yeah, he's like, can you bring this book to Merlin? And then, I think either Sid or Leon gives you a rock. And I take it over to Merlin. I was like, yo, you fixed my fucking book. Nice. And then he's like, go talk to the fairy godmother about that fucking rock. And then you talk to her about the rock, and she's like, oh fuck, man. This dude, his world got fucking wrecked, but his heart was pure, so he got turned into a fucking rock. I can turn him into a friend to help you. And then so we can get Simba to help us in a fight now. Simba can help us fight. And the fucking book, it was Winnie the Pooh. But some of the pages are missing. So Merlin's pretty much like, he's pretty much like, yo, if you go and you find pages, I can put it in the book and stuff, and you can do more shit. Oh, and the Winnie the Pooh, so you go into the book, you become like really small, you go into the book, and then you say hi, you can see, you go and Winnie the Pooh he's sitting on a log in a field, and all of his friends are gone, and then he goes like, yo, I don't know how to say goodbye to myself. I don't know, all my friends are gone, I can't say goodbye to myself. And he was like, who are you? And Sora's like, I'm sorry. He was like, oh, hi, sorry, come say bye to Pooh. And then Sora's like, no, what? And then Winnie the Pooh's like, okay, I gotta go back home and stuff. And then Sora's like, okay, my dude, I'll be back. And then, he goes to the tree, and then the fucking owl's like, yo, you wanna know what happens next? You gotta get in the pages to find out, and stuff. And then, so, oh yeah, and then we go back to Sid, and he's like, yo, I got the thing, I got your shit fucking ready to go. The shit's fucking solid, and shit. You can go, and I can do the gummy ship shit. So like, if you find any more cool gummy shit stuff, I can put it on your fucking ship and stuff. And also, I can sell you parts, but I can't do anything right now. I gotta get everything ready. Just go and come back later. It's like, okay. So now we can, now we're in Agrabah, and then the way this started was like, fucking, we gotta get all the princesses together and shit, cause they're gonna do something, they're all the princesses of heart, and right now the only one that's been revealed is Jasmine, so we're trying to protect, and right now we're trying to find Aladdin. So that's the whole story up to this point. I hope it was informative, but I hope that you could keep along. You could keep track of what was going down and stuff. That was pretty much a short summary of what was going on. That was a short summary of the game so far. Well, that's pretty much a summary of the game so far. Well, so pretty much, I thought you said TLDR. Oh, yeah, TLDR. Yeah, I was fucking explaining the game for like a half hour. But yeah, pretty much, you're trying to find your friends, and Donald and Goofy are trying to find Mickey, and he's the king. And you need to protect the worlds. You need to protect the worlds. Because if we don't, the bad shit's gonna happen. I hope my explanation of the game was nice. Alright, let's fucking go! I could probably describe... If I play through the game, I could probably, like, do a summary of the game. Just me talking about happens now. Oh yeah. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Yeah, so pretty much what we're doing right now is Sora's trying to find his friends, and oh, this part sucks. And Donald and Goofy are trying to find the king. And they're trying to find King Mickey. King Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is the king. And the reason why Sora is, is Mickey left a note, and he was like, hey, you gotta find a key. It's this big-ass key. And then Sora's got a big-ass key. And then they're like, oh, fuck, it's the big-ass key. You gotta come by with us, man. That's my story.